Okay, sixth graders, I have a challenge for you. How complicated can you make a straw project? All you need for this one to start with is, I usually have a couple straws because they go flat. And we've done this maybe quite a few years ago, and it depends how old you are, how complicated you can make this project. You can see here, I've blown a branch and I've made an insect. Insects are really fun, so I happen to have a copy of an insect page. I think I was using this when we were starting to do our batik project with our scarabs. So it's kind of nice if you have a picture in a book to look at a shape of an insect more than just a real simple one like a ladybug. But this one right here is a really interesting one. So if you find either online or in your a book an insect shape to kind of keep in mind, and then you can change it. And what you can do is you can use crayon resist, which is what I did here. I actually made reeds and things, so I'm just going to come in here and make some things. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to let the when I start with the watercolors, I'm going to start letting it be part of stopping of crayon resist to let part of my things happen. And at this point, I'm not really on this, either one of these, I didn't really draw the bugs in here at all. That was the fun of coming afterwards with the just blowing the things. So if you I've got your water, I've got a set of watercolors. And again, if you didn't have any paints at all, the tea would work, and then it would just be a sepia picture, just like we did with the sepia last week on our lesson. So what I'm doing is I'm going to puddle some paint down in here, and I'm just going to put some colors nice and wet, maybe mix a couple in here just to see what happens. And I'm going to blow and see what kind of shape I'm going to start to get. What I do, I kind of look at it like, okay, I like how that's coming out. I'm going to turn my paper. Let legs come out. So you can start to see what I'm doing is I'm looking at buggy shapes, and I'm kind of letting it tell me what kind of bug that leg is going to turn out to do. So I've got a long one there, get some spiky ones there. So I can come back, because the fun part is I can come back on top of this and add drops of paint where I want to turn something into something. So maybe on this one, I can look at dropping some paint in here. I'm going to leave that kind of for a tail. And I'm just going to drop some paint in. I'm going to look at maybe adding, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just having fun making up this new creature. I think I'm going to have, let's see, that come down a little bit smaller. Okay, so you can see how my bug shape is taking face from just that blowing. So if I'm going to do another one, maybe down here, I'll start with some dark blue. Start something here. I like to really mix. You can see we're mixing the colors on top of each other. Really helps. So I'm going to take that color and maybe this time maybe some of the purple and put a puddle here. Let's see what, maybe even a little black. I'm going to start in that one and see what happens. So I'm going to blow this time. Make a couple of antennas there. You can see why I'm doing this coming around. Some neat legs down there. Maybe make that part a little longer. Okay, but you see how controlled you can do with just using a straw. I'm starting to get some interesting creatures happening here. So I can come back again, I can decide where to put his. I think I'm going to put his head up here on this one. See how that creature, with hardly adding anything else at all. I can look back on this one and say maybe I want a little more in here. I like to still work just like we did last week, a little wet on wet. And what I might do here, if I want wings on something, is I might come back and actually paint that in. So you can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to actually, because it's kind of hard to get that shape with blowing the straw, it would do it. So I've got a wing here, put that wing behind here. So you can see how you can come and just let that be a little bit of what you might want to add onto it. So again, have fun. I mean, we can do everything from little teeny bug up here on that little branch. These are fun. Every time you do them, they come out a little different. I think I want a little something bright in here too. Okay, let's see what he turns into. Okay, maybe another color so you can see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, give him a little head. It almost looks like a snail crawling up there. Maybe I want to give him a body in the center. And we can just see what he ends up doing. Okay, interesting. Maybe a nice big yellow drop. Again, you decide what what you want your critters to look like, your bugs. And again, insect shapes are really fun to do with this, and have fun doing this one. Just make up your own little world of things with blowing and things. And you can do a lot of other subject matters. The bugs are just kind of a fun thing to do. Enjoy this lesson.